Now, I'm I'm pretty sure myself and many others watching this video saw week 3 of the NFL season yesterday and just saw that the Baltimore Ravens won over the Detroit Lions with the legendary kicker himself, Justin Tucker, kicking a 66-yarder. A 66-yard field goal. 2 yards more than the longest field goal in NFL history, which was set by Matt Prater in 2013 for the Broncos. However, in this situation, and he broke Tom Dempsey's record of 63, which was against the Lions. Funny enough, 2 records of field goals broken were against none other than the Detroit Lions. Gotta really feel bad for Lions fans, especially when I feel for you guys. I really do feel for you guys a lot. But either way, like, and even Mason Crosby yesterday. Mason Crosby at the very end, after coming up close in, like he's been time and time again, comes up clutch. And yet again, the Packers won because of how their kicker was. And I also saw in week 1 that the reason why the Dallas Cowboys did not win their game against the Buccaneers was because of Greg Zuerlein, their kicker, missing a couple field goals and an extra point. I mean, all these years of all these times where kickers are required to make these big moments, and a team makes or breaks their season or the game or even a whole championship game based off it. We look at the Adam Vinatieri's, but we also see the Scott Norwoods. They always get praise, but very rarely when they do something good. But if they fail, they never get the end of it. It is so much high pressure in an environment. There's so much pressure. There's so much at stake. And it's such a thankless job, and they hardly get recognition. And this is the same for many people on special teams. Special teams, in theory, may not be as big because they don't go on the field all the time like offense or defense. But if you ask a single coach out there, they'll tell you how much special teams matters just as much as offense and defense. There's a big reason why the NFL gives out offensive, defensive, and special teams players of the week. There's a big reason why they do that. The reason why is because coaches know the value of them, and many fans know the value of special teams. Yeah, maybe not as offensive defense, but a lot of times their value is more understated than people realize. Kickoff returns, field goals, deflecting Hail Marys. There's a lot of reasons why special teams are important. Zone blocks, a whole bunch of reasons. But for so many years, they have been ignored for many years in Canton. Way too long. Way too long. All we've had, other than, the multifaceted ones like Sammy Baugh or Luke Rosa or Ron Yari, usually when it comes to specialists in the Hall of Fame, all we've had in terms of pure special teamers that are there because of their work as special teamers, all we've had are just 2 kickers, Jan Stenerud and Morten Andersen, and 1 punter, Ray Guy. And all those were made very, very, very rarely. Stenerud was actually a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1991. Morten Andersen didn't come until all the way to 2017, I think, or 2016. And as for Ray Guy, it took him many times until he finally made it because Chris Cluey had a post-it note on his jersey trying to push him in, and he finally made it in 2014 after years and years and years of people, especially Raider Nation here, pushing for him. And that's why I really feel bad for a lot of these special teamers, that they never get the credit that they really deserve. I mean, look at back in the 40s even. Horace Gilliam. Horace Gilliam was a pioneer of punting, but he's not in the Hall of Fame. Pete Gogolak for the Giants. He pioneered the soccer-style kick. And he's also, because of how he went to the Bills to the Giants, he is partially a big reason why the AFL-NFL merger happened. If there was no Pete Gogolak, there's a good chance that there might not be a merger. And if it did happen, it wouldn't have happened until a bit later on. And you look at all the other punters, like Sean Landetta. You look at Reggie Roby, for instance. And you look at the great kickers, Nick Lowry, David Akers, Gary Anderson, Jason Elam. Jason Hansen. Many great guys that absolutely deserve at least some recognition. But so often the case they never do because they just seem to never neglect it so much. And you look at the return specialists, Devin Hester, Mel Gray, Billy White Shoes Johnson, Brian Mitchell. These guys are legends in their field. And of course, people that are pure special teamers like Hank Bauer or Steve Tasker. And the best special teamer right now as we speak, Matthew Slater. I mean, all these people have put in work. And the teammates and the coach will tell you how much their value is to the team. It may not matter what the fans or especially the media thinks, but the coaches know who's the most valuable for the teams. It's a big reason why they're seen as captains. It's a big reason why they're beloved by so many. It's a big reason why people view them as Hall of Famers. It's because they know the value. Larry Izzo, another one. So many great special teamers that absolutely deserve at least some recognition. Or Zach Diassi, or just some long snapper. I'm down with long snappers even too. You just got to give these people recognition. Even the coordinators too, like Dave Tube. So many of these people have put in years and years and years and years of work in their craft, but they're always given the short end of the stick because, oh, they're interchangeable. Well, that happens with a lot of positions. Kicker more so often, but you got to give them something. So often they get nothing in return. With all the importance of special teamers and with how they get the short end of the stick year in and year out every single time, wouldn't it be nice if the voters actually give something to them? Now I know some are going to say, oh, they already do it by doing... No. Listen, special teamers in itself, it's very difficult to equate the value of special teams compared to offense and defense. It's just impossible to do. And that is a big reason why I'm advocating for all the special teamers to be put in their own special committee that can be voted on every other year. That way you get out more special teamers and they're actually finally given the credit that they deserve for all these years. You're telling me that in all the 354 people in the Hall of Fame, you're telling me that only 3 of them, for their pure roles as special teamers, you're telling me only that few are deserving? Really? There's 3 assets of football and you're telling me that those are the only ones? That's crazy talk. That's nonsense. There's way more deserving than that. And deep down, you all probably know it. This has to be changed. Many people have been advocating for it. It's time that the voters and the board actually do what people want to see. And that is actually give these people the recognition they finally deserve. And that is simply why I'm advocating for I don't know if it's going to happen in 2025 or soon. I need it to happen soon. There needs to be more committees for the Hall of Fame. There needs to be a black pioneer or, early football, more contributors, could be inventors even. Put these people inducted, give them their own bronze bust, give them their own gold jackets. Listen, they get the short end of the stick year in and year out. It's finally time you give them reward them for the effort that they put on. It's very, very difficult. They always get looked down upon by others. Finally give them to it. I'm feeling bad for a lot of these people already, and I don't even know them. And when Shane Leckler comes available, or Sebastian Ganicari, can you imagine if they have a chance? They all talk about they're all pros. Leckler has more all pros and Pro Bowls than any other, literally any other punter ever. 100th anniversary team. He is that dominant. Imagine them trying to say no to him. Can you imagine that? Don't you think that's wrong? Go for it. Raider Nation, go for Shane Leckler. Go for as much of these people as possible. Go for Landetta. Go for all of them. Go. Do it. Please do it. These people's lives and their image depends on it. And I think it's just the right thing to do. And tell me what your thoughts are. That's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you personally think of this. Would you like to see more special teamers make it? Would you like to see a special committee made for it? Or would you like it to just be normal? If so, what special teamers would you like to see? I will have told you mine. Please let me know in the comments below. Please, I want to let you know. Thanks, guys. Peace.